Hello! Tonight at 3 a.m. on this wonderful Saturday, early morning or late night, however you want to look at it, I got the compulsion to show off my Meager CD collection, so let me go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go from left to right, I guess. Wait, no, first I'll start with my most recent acquisition. Here is my Freeman CD of Aaron Freeman, also known as Gene Ween. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a lot of nasty glue stuck to the cover. Maybe the camera is too bad and you can't really see it, but I hate whenever that happens, whenever they just put a nasty sticky sticker right onto the case. And so I need to get it off, but I need to do so delicately, carefully, so that I don't damage the beautiful case. Now, let's go from left to right. Alright, first we have Twins of Evil, Melvins and Boris. It only has 2 tracks on there, but they're very good tracks, and I really quite like Melvins and Boris. I actually got a chance to go see their Twins of Evil tour because it came to Texas, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely amazing. Now, next we have Melvins Throbbing Jazz Gristle Funk Hits. Now, I just bought this one. I haven't listened to it yet, but I just wanted to add it to my order whenever I was getting this one, because I don't know, if I was paying for shipping, I thought that I may as well just throw another thing on there. But I would presume it's the Melvins covering Throbbing Gristle tracks, so that's probably pretty neat. I probably should have popped it open before making this, but you know, this is what we're doing now. We're just rolling with it. And regarding the Twins of Evil tour, I also have Mr. Phil's Fat Chance. Now, Mr. Phil's was the opener for them, and I'm going to be honest here. No offense to Mr. Phil's. I thought you were good, but I didn't quite like their music as much. However, their performance factor was amazing. They're great performers, but I don't know that I'd necessarily want to put Mr. Phil's on all the time, but I would love to definitely see them again should I get the chance. And so I got this CD to support their endeavors. Oh, you know what? Actually, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the cover of Riddles Are Abound Tonight. So I'm going to go out of order, so just hold on. Yeah, I mean, it's not just because it has an extremely corpulent woman on there. It also has a similar vibe. And so now I've gone and shown you my my sausage CD as well. I'm really happy that I got this sausage CD, the only sausage CD because they only have 1 album. But look, this is very special. As you can see, for promotional use only, sale or transfer is prohibited, must be returned on demand of recording company. So this is actually really illicit content. The FBI is about to burst in through the walls and take me in because I have this very, very sacred, this very, very evil sausage CD. I'm gonna put that down to the side. Well, now maybe I wonder if I should just go ahead and do my my Primus ones because I'm still gonna go from left to right. Let's just carry on. All right, here is Ceremony Zoo. I was actually looking for Ceremony Violence. That's my favorite Ceremony album. However, I found Zoo in a little local CD record store, and you know, I grabbed it. It's pretty good. I don't like it as much as Violence, but it's fine. I was happy I got it. And then we have Pure Guava. Well, you already knew that I had Pure Guava, presumably, because you saw my blood sacrifice to Dean Ween. But I love Pure Guava. It's hard to say if it's my favorite Ween CD, my favorite Ween album, because it really just depends on your mindset. Sometimes the Pod is going to be your favorite. Sometimes Quebec is going to be your favorite. But probably most consistently for me, Pure Guava is my favorite. It just has a little bit of everything. I feel like if you wanted to introduce someone to Ween, I'd probably give them Pure Guava because it kind of has all the flavors of Ween on it. Oh, do you want to see the Ween heads? I have them over here actually. Here is Gene Ween. Beautiful, just beautiful. Well, look at that. It's the face that only a mother could love. Just kidding. We all love Gene Ween. Here, give him a kiss. Alright, there's Jeaner. Now, where did I put Gene Ween? He's on the floor. I'm gonna grab him. I like to yank him around by his hair. See, there he is, and I think he actually still has... Oh, There was a bean lodged up his nose, but I think I actually shook it loose. You're bean free, Diener. Carry on. Alright, now onwards and upwards. Here we have Ariel Pink, Scared Famous. You know, I really, really love the sound of Ariel Pink. I think he's a great musician. And that's all I'm going to say about Ariel Pink. I also love his sense of aesthetics, but onwards. Then we have another beautiful classic. We have Joni Mitchell, Ladies of the Canyon. Isn't that pretty? The art really captures the atmosphere. Joni Mitchell is a beautiful, beautiful, talented, talented lady. Onwards and upwards we have Fiona Apple, Win the Pawn. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but you get the idea. We all love Fiona Apple. She's an amazing songstress. However, I'm going to tell you something. I love Win the Pawn. Actually, I'm going to go out of order again and have to tell you my hot take. I don't love Fetch the Bolt Cutters. I'm sorry, it's just not for me as much. It's cool that she made it during lockdown and everything, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not as emotionally evocative for me. I just don't like the sound of it as much either. But I like it well enough. It's still pretty good. I love you, Miss Apple. And what do we have next? And here we have Post. Post is a little bit sentimental because it's one of my mother's favorite albums, and so whenever I listen to it, it kind of makes me feel as though I'm connected with her in some way. Not that she's dead or anything, I just feel that we're not very close, because whenever I'm listening to it, I can also imagine that at one point in her life, my mother was a young woman in her 20s that is emotionally connecting with all of these Bjork songs and feeling all of these soundscapes course through her body. And so I think of a mother who was perhaps at one point of her life very similar to me, and I wonder if we could have understood each other very well, if we could have had a deep connection and been very close friends. But no point in wondering. Now we have Cure Galore. Not much to say about Galore. It's just a nice little greatest hits collection. I think my dad got this for me for one of my birthdays, I think last year actually. And here we have Dope Dogs, another fun, funky entry into our lovely handy-dandy CD collection. I don't have all that much to say about it, but look at how fun the cover art is. And next we have a very strange entry on here. We have Pygorian Chants. This is another random one that I just picked up at the local CD store, and I think it was only like $2, but it stuck out to me because I was like, what are Pygorian Chants? And it comes with a little storybook, but I've actually, oh, that's really cool. I've actually not listened to it. Should we listen to it right now? We could. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's listen. My setup isn't very sophisticated over here. I'm just going to blast it really, really loudly on my CD player and hope for the best. Now, I'm not sure how much of that you could actually hear. My method wasn't very sophisticated. I just put my headphones up to the microphone while playing it on this little CD player, while I also listened to it in the other ear, but I don't think that came through very well. But I will record this correctly one day, and I will share the Pygorian Chants with the world. Or I'll look and see if they might actually already be online somewhere. However, it wasn't really all that piggy. It just sounded like chanting. But maybe that's because I didn't listen long enough. Maybe the chanting is one of the deep cuts. I mean, maybe the pig part is one of the deep cuts because I heard the chanting. Alright, onwards and upwards. Here we have the Seaside. Now I'm going to open up this one because the inside of it is actually quite pretty. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Look at the little daisies on there. And look at those silly little cardiac fellas wearing their clowny paint. That's cute. Very cute. I think this is probably, at least from an aesthetic standpoint, one of my favorite ones to look at. Well, I mean, of course, we're looking at it if it's an aesthetic standpoint. Now, we have, this is not Snoopy. You're gonna think, hey, look, there's Snoopy! That's why I bought it initially. I was like, David Byrne? Snoopy? Okay, let's take a look at this. But, nope. That's just a dog. A doggy surrounded by angels. However, there's a sense of hesitation there. Does he belong there? Did something end his life in an unlikely way, thus inspiring the uh-oh? These are the questions of lives, my friends. Alright, let's see. Oh, there is Safe as Milk. Very nice, very nice. Then we have the B-52s, Cosmic Thing. We got the classics on there, the hits. And then we have maybe the most cliche CCs. And then we have the most cliche CD that someone can have. Eye to Aughts, In the Airplane Over the Sea. But you know it's cliche for a reason. It's well beloved because it's rather good. And this one, it does come with a nice folder. I mean, not folder, poster type thing that's all folded up in there. I think it actually comes with a couple of them. Yeah, but I just leave them in there. I don't want to damage them, but that's nice. That's rather pretty. All right, you get back. Oh man, it has that old paper smell. It smells like an old bookstore. Weird. Not that weird. I'm just rambling on. I'm just yapping, as the kids say. What do we have next? Surrealistic Pillow. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Pretty classic. This one also has all the hits. Well, actually, about 2 years ago was probably my Jefferson Airplane phase. I was really into it. Very least the album Surrealistic Pillow. And I would just listen to it repetitively, but I don't know. If you're going to listen to anything repetitively, I think this is a fine selection to hear the soothing tones of Miss Grace Slick. And now we have probably my favorite Björk album. There is Vespertine. This one is also really pretty. I don't know if you can make out the nice little swan on there. Love pagan poetry. Love Cocoon. I don't know, I guess the whole idea of the album is just embodying the feeling of love. And I love you, Björk. And next we have Parliament Funkadelic versus Placebo Syndrome. This is the one that everybody likes because it has flashlight on it, and for good reason. Very neat. And then we have Primus Pork Soda. I think I have probably Primus is probably the biggest of the CDs that I have. What I'm trying to say is, of the CDs that I have, I probably have the most Primus CDs total, and so you might get the impression like, wow, Odette, you must really freaking love Primus, and not exactly. I like Primus, but it's not as though Primus is my favorite band of all time, but it's rather easy to come across used Primus CDs, and yeah, I do like Primus. Let me just go ahead and get all the Primuses real fast. We got, oh, don't knock those over, Pork Soda, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, Suck on This. I love the Suck on This baby. He's so funny looking. Alright. Now we have another classic. We have Sing to God. Now, this is a really good album. It's one of those ones that really pulls you in. Whenever you listen to it, it's almost overwhelming. But that's a good thing. But it's not necessarily what you want all the time because, I don't know, it pulses through all of your senses. Very intense, but very good. What the heck is this one? Oh, this is my PG version of Electric Larryland. Why is it the PG version? Well, I just saw it in another record or CD store, and I was like, huh, that's pretty novel, so I picked it up. I also have Independent Worm Saloon. Let's see, I actually have it. Yep, there we are. There's my Butthole Surfers entry. But I think I've already told you that I like Independent Worm Saloon. I don't actually have Locust Abortion Technician. I'm just keeping an eye out for it because I do prefer to get things used rather than new. I think there's more appeal, and I like the notion that it had a life prior to me. Then we have, I guess, another super classic, Oingo Boingo, Only a Lad. Everybody likes it. And then we have Einstürzende Neobaten. Strategies against architecture. Oh man, this CD stack is getting too high. I keep an eye out for Habler Mint because that's my favorite Einstürzende album, but I have yet to find it. And here we have a very nostalgic entry. We have this Opeth, the Candlelight Years, and it is just actually a little collection box thingy of Opeth CDs. And I haven't listened to Opeth in years, and by years I mean like a decade, because Opeth was something that I really liked whenever I was young. In particular, like whenever I was just a teeny bopper, I really liked Opeth. But now I can't really remember all that much about them, so maybe I should pull this aside and revisit them. And now we're on the last humble CD. Romeo Void, Warm in Your Coat. I have a few more CDs, but I don't exactly know where all of them are. I guess I could also show my Meager record collection. Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stack these puppies back up. They're not stacked up very nice. They're all jacked up, but I'll fix it later. Let me go grab my humble record collection. Alright, now I am back with my Meager record collection, starting out with My Bloody Valentine, Lost Tracks and Rare Cuts. I don't even think I have enough space on my little desk to showcase my stuff, but that's okay. I think I'll make it work. Then we have another My Bloody Valentine, MBV self-titled. Whoa! MBV. Gosh, I hope these don't fall down. Let me just put this little candle here and this little candle here, and it'll give a little bit of extra support. Now you might get the impression, whoa, Dad, you really love MBV. Not necessarily. I like MBV. I don't really love MBV, but their records are kind of easy to find. And then here is one that's a gift from my dad. He is of the opinion, oh, you can't see it, Dark Side of the Moon. He gave this one to me because he told me that everybody should have the Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl. And I was like, okay, Dad, sure. And you know, it's a good album. Not a lot to say about it. It's not necessarily one of my tried and true faves, but one of my tried and true faves is actually upcoming next, and it is Alter by Sun and Boris. You can hardly see it because my setup is so jank, but I freaking love Alter. I absolutely adore it. This one in particular also came with a lot of cool posters that I would like to frame and put on my wall. It just has the bands dressed as like druids, which I know is like already Sun's thing. They like their cool robes, but seeing Boris in the robes too was like, whoa. And I think there is like only a couple more. Then we have Duck Stab. You can't, oh man, I really need a bigger desk, but you see him stabbing the duck. And I bought this one new, and I thought, well, maybe if I get it new, it'll come with something cool. But there's literally nothing on the inside, aside from the record itself, but I was really hoping that it might come with a little poster, but that's alright. And then we have ABBA, the album. What does it actually have on it? It has Eagle, Take a Chance on Me, One Man, One Woman, The Name of the Game, Move On, Hole in Your Soul, The Girl with Golden Hair, Thank You for the Music, I Wonder, I Am a Marionette. I'm quite fond of ABBA, but I feel like saying you're fond of ABBA is like saying you're fond of breathing. It's a good band that makes everybody happy. No one's going to be like, oh, I hate ABBA. Well, I guess that was a thing though, wasn't it? In like the 70s, people started going anti-disco, and so they were like, oh, ABBA sucks. ABBA's for lame-os. Well, if it makes me a lame-o, then I'm okay with that. I am pretty lame. And then we have The Pleasure Principle. Can you see it very well? Can you see Gary Newman's beautiful face? Yes, you can. And last we have The Cure, Disintegration. Everybody's favorite Cure album, apparently. But for good reason. It's a good one. And I think that's well, it's not all of my physical media, because some of it I have, but I can't access it at the moment. And I should mention, I don't actually have a record player, so whenever I want to listen to one of these, I have to go into my dad's room because he has one. But that's fine. It's cool. So yeah, what do you think of my meager collection of physical media that I'll be able to listen to even whenever Wi-Fi is destroyed?